it's Mike at Cross Country Mortgage, and it's time for your Monday morning mortgage update for the week of December the 11th. I always try to give you information that you can use when you go out and talk to your buyers and sellers. And when they ask about what's happening in the market, what's going to happen with rates this week and pricing, let's talk about what happened last week and what's going to happen this week. So last week, not much of a change. Very different from what we've seen over the last few weeks, but the week ended about the same as it started. The pricing was a little worse, but not enough to make a difference to rates. There were three things that caused rates not to improve, and we actually thought they would come down a little bit more than they didn't come down. So the number one thing was jobs. It was a big jobs week last week, and more jobs were added to the economy than expected. And when more jobs are added to the economy, that's a strong economy, and rates typically go up when that happens. Second thing is unemployment numbers came down. The percentage came down. That shows strength in the economy. And then the third thing is wages went up. People are getting more money in their pocket. That's argument. You could argue that because of inflation, but wages going up is inflationary, and we know that inflation is the death of rates. So all three of those things combined just caused the market not to do much when we expected rates to come down. So what are we looking at this week? Really two big things. The Federal Reserve is meeting their last meeting of the week, and then inflation. So a lot of inflation numbers are coming out. So let's talk about the Fed meeting. As we know, the Fed meets every 6 weeks or so, and they're meeting on Tuesday. It starts, it ends on Wednesday, and then Wednesday afternoon, they come out with a press conference and they tell everybody what they decided. It's the last meeting of the year, and a big thing that's happening at this meeting, always happens in the meeting in December, where they come out with economic projections for 2024. Now, the last time they came out with the projections was at September's meeting. And in September's meeting, what they said is one more rate hike or cut, hike, one more rate hike in 2023, and we're not going to cut rates in 2024. And then the market kind of shifted over the last month and a half, and we've seen a big reversal in what people expect the Fed's going to do. So the Fed hasn't changed that they're going to raise that rate this week, and then no rate hikes or no rate cuts in 2024. The bond traders and the investors and the economists think the Fed is going to be forced now to cut rates in 2024, probably the mid 2024. If you look back at the last couple videos I sent you, I have a lot of data on that. And they don't expect the Fed's going to raise the rate tomorrow or on Wednesday. So that is the general consensus. Will the Fed honor that? Will they say, okay, we're not going to raise rates this time? And will they come out with their projections that say, we are going to probably cut rates in 2024, or are they going to stick to their guns and say, nope, no rate cuts, we're going to leave it the way it is, probably not going to hike? So what the Fed says on Wednesday afternoon is going to be very, very pivotal. Again, are they going to stick with their guns, or are they going to bow to what the economists and the bond traders and what's been happening in the economy, and the data shows that probably they're going to have to cut rates in 2024. Second thing is inflation. Two big numbers come out, or data come out this week, comes out every month. CPI and PPI, Consumers Price Index, comes out on Tuesday, and Producers Price Index comes out on Thursday. So on Wednesday, the CPI is what consumers pay for stuff, and we expect that it's going to continue to slow down. It's a key measure of inflation. It's going to continue to slow down. If it doesn't show that, if it shows it's actually raising more than expectations, that's going to be bad for rates. If it's lower, if it slows down lower, not decline, but slow down at the rate it's increasing, then that's going to be positive for rates. The PPI, we expect that actually to show a negative number, which is good. Negative inflation, it's what producers pay for stuff. And if it doesn't show that, obviously bad for rates, but if it goes at or below expectations, that's going to be positive for rates. So an extremely volatile week. Everything's leading into Wednesday afternoon because the CPI will be in, the PPI will be in, and the Fed's going to be done with their meeting. So we'll be watching Wednesday afternoon to see what those what the news is, what they're saying, and then Thursday morning where the market's going to open up is going to be pivotal. So I can't tell you if rates are going to go up or down, but they're going to do one or the other, and we'll just have to wait and see on Wednesday. So we're cautiously floating, leading into that Wednesday afternoon meeting, and then paying a lot of attention to at 1 p.m. Pacific time is when the Fed's going to come out and give us their news. Have a great, productive, efficient week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.